All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. It seems to me that it is now 2:00. Today is Thursday, October 13th, and I would like to call the meeting of the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee to order. Madam Secretary, can we have a roll call, please?
Rob Pierce.
Present.
Wes Rubio.
Present.
Wayne Handrock.
Present.
Roger Pelham.
Present.
And Dale Wade did let me know he would be absent, but his alternate is present. Brittany Lemon.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Ethics law announcement. Madam District Attorney.
Okay. All right. Committee members are reminded that if with respect to any matter or any person coming before the committee today, if number one, you've received a gift or loan, number two, you have a pecuniary interest, number three, you have a commitment in a private capacity, such as a family, employment, business, or similar relationship, or if you've provided representation or counseling before an agency to a person or entity for compensation within the last year on a matter that's being considered here today, please remember to disclose that gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation at the time the matter is considered. And furthermore, please abstain from deliberation or voting on the matter if it's clear that the gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation would materially affect the independence of judgment of a reasonable person. Committee members are also reminded that under the bylaws, if you've had any contact outside this meeting with any persons interested in a matter coming before you today, please disclose the nature of that contact at this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I will read the appeal procedure. Most decisions rendered by the Parcel Map Review Committee are appealable to the Board of County Commissioners. If you disagree with the decision of the Parcel Map Review Committee and you want to appeal its action, you may do so in writing within 10 calendar days from the date the decision being appealed is reduced to writing, filed with the Secretary of the Parcel Map Review Committee, and mailed to the original applicant in the proceeding being appealed in accordance with Washoe County Code. Please call planning staff immediately at 328-3600 for information on the appeal procedure and application fee. I believe that brings us to item number 4. Public comment. Madam Secretary, do we have anyone wishing to address the Parcel Map Review Committee?
There is no public comment.
Thank you very much. Item number 5, approval. There we go. Approval of today's agenda. Has everyone had an opportunity to glance over the agenda? Does anyone have any changes to suggest? With that, I would welcome a motion.
This is Wes Rubio. I'll move to approve the agenda for today.
This is Rob. I'll second it.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? Call for the question. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed, please say aye. Great. Our agenda is set. Next, we have item number 6, approval of the draft minutes from September 8th of 2022. Has everyone had an opportunity to look over those minutes? Does anyone have any suggestions or edits? Hearing none, I would welcome a motion.
This is Wes Rubio. I'll move to approve the minutes from the September 8th meeting.
And this is Rob. For the record, I'll second that.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I will call for the question. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 And any opposed, please say aye. Thank you. That brings us to item number 7, project review items. Item 7A is amendment of conditions case number WAC 22-0009, Longview Lane. And I believe we have Julie Olander representing staff. Ms. Olander, the floor is yours.
Pardon me, Julie.
This is Wayne Handrock. I did have some contact with the surveyor on this. He went through the parcel map procedure before, and he ended up needing to amend it. So I had some discussions with him what he needed to do to amend his map.
Okay, you're doing that in the interest of disclosure?
Yes.
Madam District Attorney, do we have any questions for Mr. Handrock?
I do not.
Thank you very much. Ms. Olander, the floor is now yours.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm going to share my screen. Julie Olander for the record. Grab the right one. No, it's not the right one. Oh my gosh. Sorry, having a little technical difficulty getting the right one up. It's not working. Still trying. Keep getting only one of them up. I have three of them, and I need to present just this first one first.
Julie, on our screen, we can see the Longview Lane. That's what we can see.
Okay, great. Then you can see that. I apologize. I thought we were still seeing Sparks, another one, the Mustang parcel. Thank you for that clarification. So now I just need to get it sorted. So is it showing just the one screen, or do you still have the things along the side?
We can see the things along the side. If you click
there we go.
At the beginning, there you go.
Is that good now?
Yes.
Okay. So as Roger said, this is an amendment to conditions. And this is where this is located at. You might remember this came in a while ago. However, there was a portion of Longview, which is along this southern border, that was left out. And so they're coming back in to create a fourth parcel to take care of the tentative parcel map 21008 that did not have that on there. And I'm just going to go to the map itself. So you can see where this little portion is that was left out. So this was not created into a fourth parcel. So we should have had the light green, the green should have been one parcel, the yellow another, the pink another, and then the fourth parcel should have been this one, so that these property owners continue to have access to their property. So that's what's before you, is to create that fourth parcel. And I believe the applicant is someone from Wood Rogers is available to answer any other questions if you have any, or if you can ask me any questions. And here's another view of it. So it's just this little parcel down there. And then I offer a possible motion.
Great. With that, I will ask, is the applicant present, and would they care to address the committee?
Recording Secretary Adriana, I do not have any hands raised from any of the participants.
Okay. Then I would like to ask for any public comment.
And there is no public comment.
There's also no public comment. Then I will bring this back to the board for discussion. I'm just going to ask a real quick question. All of this is addressed to Ms. Olander. All of the parcels proposed to be created meet the minimum lot size for the applicable regulatory zones. Is that correct?
So the challenge we have out here is this is a roadway. And so let me grab my other notes. Sorry. So this portion of the road is part of PSP, which is public, semi and public facility. And the width allowed on that is 100 feet. However, they came in for a director's modification, which has been approved to modify that width from the 100 feet to the 60 feet, which is the current width of the roadway. I apologize. I should have mentioned that in my presentation.
Not at all. And the intent of this is to maintain access as it has traditionally been there for existing parcels of land that are being used for residential purposes. Correct. Thank you very much. Anyone else from the committee? Hearing no discussion, I would welcome a motion.
This is Wes Rubio. I'll make a motion. I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained in the staff report and information received during the public hearing, the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approve amendment of conditions, case number WAC 22-0009 for Anatoni Development with the conditions included as Exhibit A with the staff report, and make the determination that the following criteria is or will be adequately provided for pursuant to Washoe County Code Section 110.606.30E, and that's 1I through 12.
Thank you very much. Do I hear a second?
Wayne Handrock, second.
Thank you very much. Is there any discussion from the committee? Hearing none, I will call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 And any opposed, please say aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. That brings us to item 7B, tentative parcel map case number WTPM 22-0017, Spanish Springs parcel map. And again, I believe we have Zolander representing planning.
Yes, Julie Olander with Planning and Building. Oops.
One moment, please. Any disclosures from any of the committee members? Nope. Okay. Julie, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So again, I'm going to try to share my screen. So this is a tentative parcel map for a parcel in Spanish Springs. It's to approve dividing 11-acre parcel into two parcels. One's approximately 10 acres and another one's 35,000 square feet. And the parcel is located out here off of Eagle Canyon. So this is the one big parcel, and they're proposing so this is looking at not going north-south anymore. They're proposing to remove this smaller portion here. This area along this, it's really the eastern side of the parcel, is zoned OS, while the rest is zoned NC. So as this says, it shows 20% is OS, open space, and 80% of the parcel is neighborhood commercial. And the maximum lot size for OS, there isn't one, and for NC, it could be up to 38 lots here. The minimum lot size for OS is, there's no minimum lot size. And then for NC, it's 10,000 square feet. So the proposed parcel map of making one parcel 10 acres, another 35,000 square feet meets that NC requirement. And I provide possible motion. And I, again, thought the representative was going to be here from Wood Rogers, somebody, but it doesn't look like there is. So I just offer a motion. And if you have any questions, I'm more than welcome. I'm willing to answer any I can.
Thank you very much. Again, so I'll open this up Do we have anyone wishing to speak representing the applicant, Madam Secretary?
I am not seeing any hands raised. I do have I'm showing the consultant, Caitlin Constantine, but no comment.
Okay. Do we have any members of the public who would like to address the committee?
There is no public comment.
Okay. Then hearing that, I will bring this back to the committee for consideration. Do any members of the committee have anything that they would like to discuss?
This is
Mr.
Rob.
Rubio.
Oh, go ahead.
Wes, you are muted.
I figured that one out when I tried to talk. I just actually have a quick question, and it's just based off of some of the comments that were in the review packet. Would these lots eventually be proposed to go to sewer? And I guess that's more of a question maybe for Wayne or Julie. I didn't pull up any information. I didn't do any research on it because I didn't review it.
So this is Julie Olander for the record. This little wedge is going to be incorporated for the parcel across the street, which is they're developing with it's a continuum of care facility. And my understanding is this portion is going to be their recreation area. They're going to put a pickleball court on it and some other recreational things. That was the intent that I was given. Okay. So I'm not sure if that's still that. So I don't see that this having a need for sewer, possibly water for irrigation, and that's it.
Makes sense. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else from any of, did I hear someone?
Yeah, this is Rob for the record. I just had a question, Julie. It probably doesn't mean anything now because I think you may have just answered it, but on page 23, down at the tentative parcel map application supplemental information.
Okay.
Down there, you've got the sewage system saying that it's public and it's available now. And then the next application, which is almost a duplicate, keep on going down the application and you go to page 28 and it's almost the same question. And it says it's an individual septic and then it's a public system, but it's not available for 1 to 3 years. Is that just a typo?
Is this in the application or my staff report?
This is in the parcel. It's in your staff report, but it's a parcel map waiver application supplemental information. That's what the form is identified as.
I'm looking at my staff report. I'm not aware of that being in there. On page what again?
So the first one is on page 23. It says the sewage system type.
So this is from the applicant. It's themselves. So this is Exhibit C.
Yes, Exhibit C.
Okay, and page 23. So
page 23, and then almost the same question.
Yeah, that would have been the applicant put that in there, and I.
We don't have any clarification on that.
So on page 23, I'm finally there. Rob, where are you asking about? What's it saying? It's saying
7. No, 8. Sorry, question 8.
Okay, sewage. And it has the public system marked out.
Right, and available now. For B is now.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what they're speaking to there. I believe there's sewage on Neighborhood Way, so that would be available now in their mind, possibly.
Right, and then if you go down and continue on to page 28, it asks almost the same question, but it says that they're wanting septic and a public system, and it's not for 1 to 3 years.
Rob, it looks to me like they probably either got a little click happy with the application or the way it printed it did that. I've seen that on a couple others where we've had these things where they've come up. And the only reason I'm speaking up is because The reason I asked about sewer is because there's no way it's going to move forward on septic.
Right.
Lots wouldn't be big enough. It won't happen. It literally couldn't happen. So I'm pretty comfortable thinking that it's just going to be sewer, regardless of what they want to do there. To me, that part doesn't matter as much as long as it's sewer, and I'm pretty comfortable with the only option over there is going to be sewer.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can say I'm familiar with sort of the Eagle Canyon area in the broader sense, and all of those sort of newer subdivisions. And when I say newer, I mean the last 20 years, maybe even a little longer than that, are all on community sewer systems there, as is the adjacent commercial area. I'm confident that in fact I'm nearly positive that there's a sewer main going right down the middle of Neighborhood Way.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay. I just need clarification. I figured it was a typo, but I just wanted clarification. That's all. I have no further.
I appreciate that. And I will try to remember that for future references to make sure that their application is a little clearer on that. So thank you for that information.
Great. Any more discussion from any of the committee members? With that, I would welcome a motion.
This is Wes. I'll go for it. I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained within the staff report and the information received during the public meeting, that the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approve parcel map case number WTPM 22-0017 for Spanish Springs Associates LP, subject to the conditions of approval included as Exhibit A with the staff report, and make determination that the following criteria is or will be adequately provided for pursuant to Washoe County Code, Section 110.606.30E. That's 1I through 12.
Thank you very much. Do I hear a second?
This is Rob for the record. I'll second it.
Thank you very much. Any additional discussion from any members of the committee? With that, I will call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Thank you. And sorry, I got tongue twisted there for just a moment. And we are now on to item 7C, tentative parcel map case number WTPM 22-0014, Sparks Mustang. And
I'm presenting.
Julie, you are presenting on behalf of Mitch Markey.
Correct. Julie Olander for the record. So this is a tentative parcel map for the Sparks Mustang parcel. And this is to approve a tentative parcel map merging 7 parcels into one single parcel of approximately 36 acres. The subject parcels were originally created through a deed. NRS, the reversion to acreage specifically refers to existing maps in reversions to acreage, the requirements. And so the applicant's been encouraged to apply for a parcel map application. And here's the laydown of the parcels of what the parcels zoned industrial. Potential lots are 159. The applicant's asking for one. The minimum lot size is 10,000 square feet. And then the existing parcel is 36 and a half acres. And then the minimum lot width is 100. The required width is 100, and the minimum lot width in this situation is 490. This is some further information for the Truckee Canyon modifiers, what their requirements are, and here's a possible motion.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm available for any questions, though I'm hoping Wayne knows more about this than I do.
Do we have an applicant who would care to address the committee?
I do have Dan Bigwig, one of the representatives for this item, but I'm not seeing a hand raised or, oh, there we go. So 1 second for them to log on. And Dan, if you could please state your first and last name for the record.
And Dan, you are muted right now.
Daniel Bigrig. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, we can hear you.
Not sure what you're asking, but yeah, the intent was to prepare a single merger and reset parcel map, since the parcels were not created by a parcel, which in NRS indicates that a reversion acreage has to be a mapped parcel. The majority of them are not. I believe one of them is, but the remainder, 6 or 7, were all deeded parcels. So the best vehicle to accomplish what we did through a single map is a merger and reset parcel map, which NRS allows.
Wonderful. Thank you. Have you had an opportunity to look at the conditions of approval? And do you have any questions on any of those conditions?
I have not seen any conditions of approval.
Okay. Those are attached to the staff report. If you care to glance real quick as we continue this little hearing, if you have anything, do please raise your hand and I will call upon you at that time. Okay. With that, any members of the public that would like to address the committee, Madam Secretary?
There is no public comment.
Okay, great. Then I'm just going to give Dan a moment here. Well, I suppose before I close the public hearing and bring it back to the committee, do any of the committee members have any thoughts or comments? Mr. Rubio, yes.
Question, and thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Bigrig, if you could take a quick look at those conditions, mostly because the septic conditions for having to be permitted with NDEP, if they don't know or you guys are not aware of where exactly all those leach lines are, that could affect the actual parcel map process. I'd hate for it to get all the way through without, and then have to make a change and have it to be resubmitted and come back. So it might be something you want to take a quick look at and make sure that it's going to be okay, since you hadn't had an opportunity to review those conditions and requirements. And also the application said that it had wells and tumwa service. And if there's a way to clarify that as well, we know that there are some individual wells, but it is proposing tumwa service. So that was a little different on this particular application as well.
Permission to speak?
Yes, please.
I did not prepare this, but I would guess that I believe that the easternmost parcel was on well, and then the parcels to the west were on tumwater or public water. So there's public water running through there. I do believe the intent, once it's developed, is definitely public water. That would that require the abandoning of any wells on the site? Okay, I'll let the client know. And then regarding septic, I'll have to read through these comments. I wasn't.
Dan, if you could speak up just a little bit, I'd sure appreciate it.
My laptop was closed. Can you hear me better now?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure if you caught the previous. I'm pretty certain that the properties on the east side are served by wells, and just understood from Mr. Rubio, and I do know this, that they'll have to abandon those wells before they get, I'm guessing, any sort of permit for the site. And then septic, I'm not sure what, do you know if they have existing, I know the county health has records of septic systems. I'll come and see if I can find whether or not these properties have any permits or records through you guys in that, and inform our client of what they're going to be required.
Dan, those ones are old, man. Sorry. I couldn't find anything in a quick search. There may be something buried somewhere, but likely they'll also, in order to get approval, they'll have to be converted to commercial septic systems and have permits through NDEP.
Okay. I will pass that along with the client.
Yeah.
I'm a surveyor, not an engineer or planner, so.
No worries, man. That's kind of why I wanted to make sure you at least were aware of them since we were talking about it.
Yeah, and I suspect they're probably aware of it, but I'll make sure I note all this stuff and communicate to them.
Great. All right. With that, then I think I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing, bring it back to the Parcel Map Review Committee. Actually, Madam Secretary, did I ask for public comment?
You did, yes. There was no public comment.
Okay, thank you. So back to the committee. Do we have any discussion? Hearing none, I would welcome a motion.
This is Wes. I'll go 3 for 3 today. I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained within the staff report and the information received during the public hearing, that the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approve parcel map case number WTPM 22-0014 for Sparks Mustang LLC, subject to the conditions of approval included as Exhibit A with the staff report, and make the determination the following criteria is or will be adequately provided for pursuant to Washoe County Code Section 110.606.30E 1I through, is it still 12? 12.
Thank you very much. Do I hear a second?
Wayne Handrak, second.
Thank you very much. I will, any further discussion? I will call for the question. Those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, please say aye. Thank you very much. Passes unanimously. I believe that is going to take us to item number 8 on our agenda, reports and future agenda items. Does anyone have anything they would like to see on the agenda in the future? Wonderful. And then 8B, legal information and updates. Ms. Gustafson, would you care to address the committee?
I have nothing for the committee today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Brings us to item number 9, public comment. Madam Secretary, do we have anyone wishing to address the committee?
There is no public comment.
Wonderful, which brings us to item number 10, adjournment. We will stand in adjournment. Thank you all very much. Have a great one. We are done.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, all.